Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Talking Horse podcast. Today we have a very special guest. Anybody who has seen this podcast should be familiar with her. It's Cora.
Hello. This time I'm a guest.
Yes. Can you present yourself really quick for anybody who doesn't know?
Hi, I'm Cora. I'm 21 now. I am from Germany and I lived in Mexico for a year. Went back to start studying in Germany for the last semester, and now I'm in vacation back in Mexico.
Okay. I actually thought you were older than us, but you're not. You're 21. Wow. I think you were like 22, at least 22. Wow.
I get that a lot, weirdly enough, that in Mexico people always think that I'm older. A lot of my students used to think that I was like 25.
Mm-hmm.
And in Germany it's the opposite. In Germany everybody thinks that I'm like 17, 16 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, it's definitely not because you look older. Like, you look great.
I
but...
hope so.
No, you look really
Yeah, you look really great.
Stop it!
No, but it's true. I don't know what it's just like your vibe. I don't know. I guess you seem like more mature. But okay.
We should also present ourselves.
Yeah.
My name is Miguel. I'm 21. I'm studying computer engineering, and yeah, this is the first time ever I'm doing a podcast. And we have here Alexandra. Could you present yourself?
I'm not Alexandra.
Sorry.
I'm Alejandra. No.
I am.
Yeah.
¿Cuántos tengo? I'm 20 years old and I'm studying languages. So, yes.
Great.
First time here.
Well, and I'm Daima Arroyo. I'm a computer engineer. I'm 21 years old as well. And yeah, also my first time doing this. It's not the first time I've done a podcast. I've done it before, but yeah, it's an exciting experience, I suppose.
I think it's always nerve-wracking for them, like when you're back in the booth.
Yes. The booth.
Sounds professional.
Yes, no, but it is. I feel nervous.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm. But let's start with questions. You don't have. You said it.
Okay, so for today's episode, we really want to talk about your experience here in Mexico and how Toluca has been treating you this year. So, what can you tell us about that?
My experience in Mexico. Well, I really loved it. I mean, I came back. I don't know, I really enjoy Mexico mostly for the weather is one thing, because right now I'm the last half year I was in Germany, meaning like I was in the German winter, which then again means that I didn't see the sun for the entire time basically. So I'm happy to be back in some warmer weather and also with some warmer people, because I feel like people here are just a lot nicer and more open, and I don't know, just more warm. They're warmer with each other. And in Germany, people are a little colder, but I think that will change when the weather changes. That's usually how it is.
So would you agree that mood is really it's really related to the weather that in Germany?
I think definitely, because we just right before I came back to Mexico, we just had our first few sunny days, and you could really see the difference in the faces of the people on the street, because everybody on the street was suddenly smiling. Everybody was just kind of in a good mood, and it immediately felt like, oh my god, I actually don't hate it here. I like it. Everybody's happy. So yeah, I would say that.
I'm actually surprised that you say that people are warmer and nicer, specifically here in Toluca, because it's a common joke here that people from Toluca are really really cold, the weather, because compared to many other states, people are usually nicer.
Yeah, I've heard that the joke or that I know stereotype a lot. I mean, for me, coming from Germany, you guys are all warm, but also because the weather is already warmer. So I think there's probably some how to say correspondence. I don't know. I think it has something to do with each other, and I don't know. I cannot really speak for other parts of Mexico. I've traveled a little bit. But I feel like people are nice everywhere.
Well, since you talk about that, what was your experience in Acapulco? You told us that you were on a trip there recently.
I just came back from like a 4-day trip to Acapulco. That was my first time going there. It was funny. Well, I mean, I went only with my boyfriend. So, like, we only talk really with each other. But it was kind of interesting because in those past few days there was the mar al fondo there, which means the waves were like huge.
Okay.
And we were like, we shouldn't have gone into the water necessarily, but it was like a few days after the really bad parts. So we could go into the water, but the waves were super strong. And it was really fun because, you know, it's just like a little bit of a roller coaster. I think my boyfriend and I, we both like doing some activities that are like a little bit dangerous.
What was the thing you enjoyed the most there?
I mean, the playa, the beach, for sure. I love the beach. I miss the beach in Germany. Oh, no beach. I mean, we have beaches in the north, but they're all cold.
Yeah.
So I don't like going there.
I would like to experience what it's like to be in a cold beach because we don't have that here. Yeah. I think it will be like a cool experience to have. Maybe once. I'm sure it's nicer when it's hot.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like it will be like a cool experience to like feel like cold beach. Like, I don't know, because to us like that's so foreign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds interesting.
It usually is really windy.
Mm-hmm.
And we used to go there on vacation when I was a child a lot, to the Baltic Sea. And there's a lot of, how do you say, medusas, jellyfish.
Jellyfish.
Like tons of them. Like the whole beach is full of them sometimes. And like I got scared of them growing up because my parents always told me about the ones who sting you.
Yes.
I mean, I never got stung, but I'm always scared of them because of that. But it's really funny when you hold them in your hands, the ones that don't sting, because it's just like jelly.
I've never done that.
Yeah, I didn't know that you could see like jellyfish so
Mm.
close to you on the beach.
Yeah, they get like I don't know how to say that. They will get washed up on the shore.
Oh,
Mm.
yeah, watch the bush.
So maybe it's not so nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so now let's get to another question. Okay, we wanted to ask you how was your time living there in Dresden and Leipzig compared to
Yeah,
here?
like how can you, because we don't know anything about it, like how can you describe like the city or like the region?
The cities are very different from here, I would say, because, well, in Dresden, even more so, well, I grew up there, that's like my hometown. The buildings are really, really beautiful, at least in my opinion. They're very old, we have a lot of castles and churches, and we have a river that goes through the city. And like in the summer, usually you go with your friends to play Bierball or Flunkyball by the river, which is just like a drinking game that we Germans play. It's like where people have to throw something at a bottle in the middle, and then people run, and yeah, it's basically like an athletic activity, but for like a drinking game, so it's really fun.
For alcoholics.
For Germans, yes.
Yes.
And I only moved to Munich half a year ago, and I think Munich is also really, really nice. It's kind of like I always thought it was like a big city, but because I actually didn't visit before this summer. But when I came there for the first time, I was like, wait a minute, this is actually so nice. It's really chill. It's like people are just like vibing, I would say, and they have like a really nice park there. They also have very old buildings, and I don't know, I really like Munich. Actually, there's a river in Munich, Isar, where a part of the river is made into the Eisbachwelle, which is artificial surfing.
Mm-hmm.
So you can like go surfing in the park there, and it's fun as well. I mean, I haven't tried it actually, but I think it's really cool to have something like that. Even though I think it's closed now because people got injured.
Okay. That's,
But yeah, whatever.
Yeah, but that sounds like really, really cool.
Yeah, I like Munich. The public transport is a pain though, because like I live outside of Munich, because rent inside of Munich is extremely expensive. So I have to live outside, and I have to take the train every morning, and it takes me an hour to get to my university. But the train doesn't always come. Like, even though it's supposed to be there, like it gets delayed all the time, then suddenly we're stuck in a station, and then other times at night it just decides not to go at all.
Mhm.
It's a pain. I really hate it.
Wow. That really goes against the stereotypes that I feel most have about Germans.
Right? But that's actually a national inside joke,
Mhm.
that the German train is awful and always late.
Mhm.
Like, even though the bias, the stereotype might be that we're very punctual, our trains are not.
Wow. And your time here, did you get to visit like Ciudad de Mexico?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I saw a good part of it.
Mm-hmm. What did you, like a specific place, did you go to a specific place that you liked?
I love the park in front of the arts museum. ¿Cómo se llama? No me acuerdo. I don't remember. The main arts museum, the palace.
Bellas Artes?
Yeah.
Palacio de-
Ah,
Uh-huh.
I love the park there. Because I love the colorful trees when they are like blooming.
The jacarandas.
Yeah,
like
I think
this.
so.
Yeah, the purple ones, right?
Yeah, I love them.
Yes.
I love them. They're so pretty.
Yeah, totally. I only mention it because, like, yeah, I feel like, although, yeah, like Munich and Berlin and all of that stuff, yeah, they're big cities, but like Ciudad de Mexico is huge. It's gigantic. It's like one of the biggest cities in the world. So yeah, but I feel like I don't know. The public transport. I feel like, do you feel it's worse in Germany or here in Mexico?
It's very different, is what I'm
Mhm.
going to say. Because in Germany, you have your buses, your trains, your whatever you want to take, the metro or whatever. They have a specific plan that they follow and specific stations where they hold. So you can look up like a route to take, and then you can be at the station at a certain time.
Mm-hmm.
So you can plan, you know.
Mm-hmm.
We're not so spontaneous in that way. But here, like, you could just take the bus anywhere, and you just give him like your 14 pesos,
Uh-huh.
and then you can just go as far as you want, and then you just press
Yes.
a button and
Yeah.
you just leave the bus.
Yes.
That was so stressful for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get that.
Oh yeah, no, that was so scary.
Yeah.
Also because when I came here, I didn't really speak Spanish, so I couldn't like
Mhm.
understand like if the bus driver told me something.
Uh-huh.
I didn't understand that I wasn't allowed to leave the bus in the front,
Mhm.
for example. So
Mhm,
that
yes.
I got yelled at by the bus driver, but I didn't know.
No, but I got yelled too, and I'm
Yes.
from here. Mhm. But I didn't thought about that. But yeah, it's very like characteristic of us being like very free-going people. The fact that there's like we can ask the bus to stop at any moment,
Yeah.
and we can also leave at any moment. Uh-huh.
That's really Mexican.
Yeah, it really Mexican. And I remember I told an American friend about it, and they were like, "But don't they get like the hours all mixed up? Don't you arrive late to your place?" I'm like, "What?" Because like everybody already plans in their heads like, okay, he's gonna stop whenever he wants. So like it's whatever. But yeah.
But also, I feel like here it's more socially acceptable to be late in the first place.
Yeah, that's true also.
That's true.
That's a bit different with German, right?
Yes, I have my best uni friend in Germany is from Chile, so she's also Latina, and oh my god, I get so stressed when are planning to go anywhere. I'm always like, can we go now, please? Can we go now? Because I think the punctuality is something that, I mean, I'm not, as a German, I'm not super punctual. But that still means that I'm trying to be there at least 5 minutes after I'm supposed to be there, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know, I get like with the calmness that everybody here has, I'm like, can we just be here at 4 minutes point? But yeah, also with my boyfriend. That's
When you first came here, did you also have difficulties with the word ahorita?
with the what?
With ahorita.
Oh,
When people say
yeah.
ahorita.
I got confused.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's a lot of words that confuse me. But ahorita for sure, because I was like, oh, right now?
Mhm.
No, later? No, never? Okay. It was just something that you like had to hear a lot, like being used a lot
Mhm.
to finally start to understand.
Mhm.
But now I think it's a really good word because, like, for example, if some like when we are in the beach in Acapulco and there's like a vendedor, like a vendor coming by and they're like, "Hey, do you want to look at this stuff?" And we're like, "Oh no,"
Yeah.
then it's not rude.
Yes, exactly. It's like a way to dismiss something without telling them, no, I don't.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, and I appreciate that because the bluntness of German and German people sometimes can also be a little bit harsh.
Mhm.
Talking about public transport, did you get to travel by the subway in Mexico City?
Yeah.
Because here in Mexico, it's also like really interesting to ask about the experiences of traveling by the subway to the foreigners. Even here,
It's confusing for everybody.
Yeah, it's really confusing.
I thought it was really nice, honestly, because you just had your ticket thingy, your card, and then you just like wherever you wanted to enter, you just swiped it, and then you would just go.
Mhm.
In Germany, that's a little bit more difficult because we have Tarifzonen, which is like zones for which you have to buy different tickets for, but you don't really know where those zones are. So you always have to Google how many tickets do I need now, and like if you're coming new there, it's a nightmare, honestly. Sorry, I liked the metro, but I didn't have like any crazy stories going there. That was just nice.
Yeah, because we complain a lot about the amount of people, especially like in the morning. It gets really, really crowded, and you often get like pushed by, and it's a nightmare. Like, yeah.
That happens too in Germany and in Europe with the trains. Yeah, I feel like that's the problem of the people who like of the train company. You know, I feel like they should be the ones who anticipate how many people are gonna be on the ride and don't just put more wagons. But I don't know.
Yes. Well, I feel like for me, the most difficult part about the metro is just like the connections between the different lines.
Yes.
That you have to know, oh, I have to leave from this station and then walk 30 meters to that way and then blah, 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 blah. I think that's the most difficult part. Like orientating yourself, especially because obviously there's no windows or anything, so you can get lost. But other than that, I agree. I love the metro. Honestly.
Yes.
Like, for me, going to the metro is like a tourist attraction in and of itself.
And
Honestly.
the main problem is that it is always under maintenance. So
Yes.
you don't, even if you are like planning to go to a certain place, but there's a chance that a certain station is always under work, so you're not able to get there. Yeah, but yeah, I'm glad that you had like a really good experience because yeah, it doesn't happen always.
Yes.
I'm talking about Spanish. So when you came here, you don't talk anything with Spanish.
I had taken some classes before that. I actually, like when I lived in the United States, I took a Spanish class there, which was also actually kind of funny because they taught me that Cinco de Mayo is a really big celebration, which is not. And they were like, yeah, that's like the Mexican Independence Day. They never told us about the celebration in September, but yeah. Americans in that way, I guess. But no, it was a really good class. I really enjoyed it. The teacher was really, really fun. So I would say I had some technical knowledge before that, but coming here, it was the first time actually where I was confronted with hearing, like with I had zero listening skills and zero speaking skills. I only knew some stuff about grammar. So I was really glad in the airport because I came here with two other German girls, and one of them was helping us through the entire process at the airport. She was like the guy from the immigration. He would talk to me, and I was like, huh? I don't know. I would turn around to my friend, and she was like, "See, no." And she was really helping us in our desperation there. And that was also when I really noticed that, damn, I have no idea what I'm doing. Because I thought I knew a little bit, but I did not.
Okay, and what was the hardest thing you think it's with the Spanish?
For me, it was the subjuntivo.
What's that?
It's when you say quiero que te vayas.
Ah, okay.
Because you say,
I studied language, how did I know that? Yeah.
well, I learned it, because of this. It's like, for me, it was very difficult to understand when to use the subjuntivo, because for me, it was, in Germany, we don't do that. In Germany, we just say, quiero que te vas, So that took me a long time to understand, I would say. But I feel like now I kind of got it figured out. Still make some mistakes sometimes. Jackie.
So what was the way you communicate here?
Well, in the first, I would say maybe 3 months, I talked a lot of English, mostly. Also because here in the office, the professors and the students, they all speak English. So it was a very easy way out. And actually, Dairon, he was the only one in the office who forced me to speak Spanish. And I'm like, okay.
Still, the only one I feel like.
Yeah.
The only one who touched it up in Spanish.
I mean, yeah, I love him for that. Thank you, Dairon. But I think what really helped me was, first of all, that my organization gave me private classes in Spanish. Because then, I genuinely like grammar in general. So I was always trying to listen to people speaking during my everyday life. And when there was something that I couldn't figure out or that I had questions about, then at night I could ask my tutor and he would explain me that specific phenomenon. So I also I stayed interested because I could learn about the things that were interesting to me. And then I would say the biggest leap maybe of my Spanish skills happened when I had a course in between semesters, only for the administradores and profesores, because they did not speak any English. And I had to teach them German without using English. So that was the first time. I mean, to be honest, I think I probably did not do such a good job at maybe teaching because I didn't know the language that I was teaching in. But it really helped me to it really forced me to speak and to think about the things. And the people in the room were the professors, the administrators. They were really, really nice. They were really patient with me in those moments, and they helped me when I didn't know how to say it correctly. And it was I think thanks to them, I really could develop faster. Because it was an uncomfortable situation where I didn't have a choice, and I think that's the most valuable moments for learning languages.
Talking about that, do you think there was any kind of language barrier between you and your boyfriend the moment that you met?
We still have a language barrier. I think that doesn't really ever go away. I mean, honestly, it gets even worse being in a long distance relationship with language barrier. I mean, I kind of speak Spanish and he is also learning German. But still, there's so much miscommunication, especially over text, because then whatever seems normal for him or whatever seems to me he's offending me, I mean, I cannot really pinpoint what specific things are the problem, but I think it's with the language, there's also the cultural differences, and I don't know how you treat your partner and what is viewed as being appropriate for treating other people and your partner. Honestly, it's really difficult to understand for me too. But yes, I know there is a language barrier.
Speaking about that, just generally, what difference do you feel there are between dating life in Germany or the people behave romantically in Germany as opposed to Mexico?
Well, here people are very affectionate physically also,
Mm-hmm.
which in Germany you wouldn't like. In Germany, I don't see couples on benches kissing,
Making out.
hugging, being all together all the time. In Germany, that is not something I see
Mm-hmm.
here everywhere.
Yes.
But and honestly, I don't know how I would be with my partner back in Germany. So that's another like cultural context that I'm missing in my relationship, because we haven't. I mean, he has visited me in Germany also, and I feel like I behave relatively similar, but it changes with how much time I spend back in Germany. Here, I'm very affectionate, also physically, I would say. While in Germany, I might not be comfortable doing that
Mm-hmm.
because people are gonna find it strange. And like in Germany, that might be a little bit more inappropriate.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is, I would say, just because people don't show physical affection so much in Germany, in public at least, doesn't mean that the connection isn't deep. You know, in Germany, I would say the connections are more based on respect. And to be honest, I cannot say too much about it because I haven't actually like dated anyone in Germany since I was like 15. So I don't know. But people there are more like respectful, I would say. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
And dating is slower.
Mm-hmm.
Here everything is like bam, right into it. And like you will give up your life for this person. While in Germany it's like, chill out. If we don't marry, who gives a fuck? Like my finances are my finances. You can pay for yourself. Let's just have a good time together. You know, it's just we enjoy each other's company, so let's just have a like chill together. Just relax.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah. Yeah, dating here in Mexican culture, I think is like really, really fast paced and intense and emotional.
yeah.
Yeah, I suppose, as far as I know, most European countries they don't show affection like so much in public spaces like here.
Maybe the French and the Italians.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, and the Spanish.
Yes.
So, yeah, I feel like.
More the Northern Europeans, they
yeah.
do. They did. But French also, French are relatively similar to Germans, I would say.
Yeah, but I get because there's a stereotype about the French people are romantic because of all the Paris and everything.
Yes.
But yeah, I feel like I don't know, like it's like a little bit exaggerated. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, they're probably also a little bit more romantic than Germans, but I would still say that Germans and French people are relatively,
similar.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know so many French people though.
So you communicate with your boyfriend only in English?
No, we speak all three.
Okay.
We speak English, Spanish, and German, but mostly English. I mean, when I'm here, it's a lot more Spanish, but when I'm in Germany, it's a lot more English. Because it always depends. Like my Spanish just gets really bad when I'm not here.
How did you first learn English back in Germany?
Well, I think I started in kindergarten because of my mom. She really wanted my sister and I to learn English really fast. So she always tried to teach us, and she showed us English children's books, and she tried to speak English with us. And I remember one time where she was speaking English to me and my sister, and I got really, really angry because I didn't understand anything, and I threw like a tantrum because my sister and her, they were like talking very normally. They were understanding each other really great, and I was like the only one who didn't know what was going on, and I got mad. But that's just children.
Yes.
And then English. In Germany, we started having English in the 3rd grade. So I was like 9 years old when I started learning English in school. And you have it until the end of school, usually. And of course, for me, I went to the United States when I was 16. So I think that also helped me.
Yes. It made me help a lot. In the same way that being here helps you with Spanish.
Yeah, 100%. That's like, even like that's the best way to learn languages, really, just to go there. You know, for sure.
Yeah, you have a really good English. Yeah. Here in Mexico, probably English education is only focused on private schools, there's not so much English teaching schools that are public for everybody. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, technically it's supposed to be taught to everybody, but if you go to a public school, like, yeah, maybe you're taught, but not very well. That's the problem. Uh-huh. But now that we're in this topic, I don't know if you can tell us anything about like the difference between like the education system here in Mexico and in Germany. Like, how does it work there?
Well, I can tell you about Germany, but I cannot tell you so much about the differences because, of course, I don't really know
Yeah,
how
no.
it works here. But in Germany, well, you have elementary school from the 1st to the 4th grade.
Mm-hmm.
And then in the 4th grade, your teachers give you an, estimation of your mental capabilities. And that's honestly kind of messed up.
Yeah. They said like a class system when you're when you're like 12.
Because that, like, they give you a recommendation. You don't have to listen to them, but it's, it still puts you in a box. It still categorizes you. And well, this, they give you a recommendation if you should go to the Gymnasium or the, I forgot what the current term is, Oberschule, Mittelschule. It's like two different types of schools, of following schools with lower education and higher education. And it's supposedly giving every student the education that works for them. But what it really does is like putting a label on the mental capacities of the children while they're like 10 years old, they haven't really developed.
That's really harsh.
Yeah. But I mean, you can always switch in between schools. But if you from the very beginning, if you start with the lower education school, you have it's difficult, more difficult for you to switch to the higher education school, because of course it's gonna be more difficult. So then we have 11th and 12th grade. Well, the lower education school goes only technically until the 10th. And then we have 11th and 12th grade in the higher education, which we call Abitur. Sometimes it's also a 13th grade, depending on where you are in Germany. And when you complete this part of the education, then is only then are you allowed to go to university. So people who go to the lower education school are not allowed to go to university. They cannot study.
Okay. Wow.
There's also other kinds of schools that I'm not so familiar with, like that prepare you for a specific like a specific occupation, for example. But yeah, I'm not so familiar with those.
And when it comes to college, is the system also different? Because I understand. I think that in Germany, like the college education system is like more, I don't know how to say it, like more open. Like you don't choose your degree the moment you begin with, as we do here. Like all the classes are already set up. You already know which class you're going to take each semester until you're out. I don't know if there's any difference in Germany.
I would say it's relatively similar. We have our semester plans with recommended classes that you should take in every semester, but you can pick and choose. Like you can technically do whatever you want, but you should in some way keep to the plan, so you like finish in the right amount of time. Because there's some obligated classes, and then there's some classes that you can freely choose from which ones you want to take. So I think it's relatively similar, maybe a little bit more free.
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit more about where you study right now?
Yes. I'm studying management and technology. It's like 70%, we call it BWL. It's basically like economics, administration stuff, and then 30% engineering. And for both parts of the degree, you can choose a specialization. Like next semester, the one that I'm starting in 2 weeks, we can start by choosing our specialization of engineering. So the possibilities of which we can choose from are medicine, chemistry, computer engineering, informatics, mechanical engineering, electrical engineering. I think that's all. I'm not sure. Yeah, so you like everybody can go into a way that works best for them. Yeah.
Which one you will just choose?
I think, I think that programming is really interesting. So I would like to go either into computer engineering or informatics. But I've also heard that informatics is a lot harder. I'm studying in the TUM, at the Technical University of Munich. And it's actually it's a really good school. They help you with a lot of things, but as a student, you have to learn to be very independent. So, for example, I just finished my first semester, and you have to, you don't hand in any homework, at least in this semester. You don't hand in any homework. We don't have tests. We don't have any grades throughout the semester. The only thing that counts is the exam in the end of the semester. Also, attendance does not matter. You can do whatever you want. They upload everything. We have a platform in which they upload all of the tareas, but they're all voluntary, just for you to organize yourself. And honestly, I'm really bad at organizing myself. So my exam phase was not as good as it should have been. But I will try to do it better next semester.
We all say that. Yeah, actually, the other time we were discussing the us, because we were talking about we are also not good at organizing ourselves. We need someone to be there to tell us, okay, you're going to be doing this for this day, blah, blah, blah. It's commendable for the people that are able to be very organized and disciplined in that way. But yeah, that's not me. Definitely will never be.
Me neither.
Yes, I think even though people a lot of people have more difficulties with this kind of things, I think what my university is trying to do with this is just kind of forcing you to change in that way, because otherwise you're out of the university. And by being forced to learn this kind of stuff of self-organization and whatever, you become more independent, and also you start learning how to have a better overview over everything that you have to do. You become more responsible, maybe. And I think that's really important for any person who wants to maybe start their own business or whatever. And that's really what my degree is also about. For example, I had a half semester class called Foundations of Entrepreneurial Business, where we learned about how to found startups and stuff like that. So I think our university is really trying to push us into that specific mold.
Path.
Yeah. And it has its pros and cons. For me, it's not working so far. But, that's something that I have to figure out myself.
And what do you choose that degree? In the first place?
Oof. You want me to be honest? That's embarrassing. I asked ChatGPT. For real, I put into ChatGPT what I want to do later, and then I put in my qualifications so far, and then I was like, okay, so I want to be able to work internationally. I want to make a lot of money. And basically that was it. And I want maybe some prestige or whatever. And ChatGPT told me to apply to this university. And I thought I wouldn't get accepted because they have a minimum grade that you have had to have for your math course in the high school. And I didn't think that I had a good enough grade. But I got it. So yay! Good for me. And the ChatGPT, he recommended it because it's the best university in Germany and I think the European Union. But I think that's also why it's so difficult.
But you got it.
Yeah, I like the prestige, but also I feel like people there are some of them are a little bit like too much for my personal, like for like me wanting to find friends. A lot of people are very into business and they're making like plans and they're like I join my company, you know, and I'm like, I just want to chill a little bit.
Yes.
It's always hustling over there, and I mean that's also great because you can build a network to like have better job opportunities in the future. But for me in the moment it's still a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah, a lot of pressure.
Yeah, in the first semester. Yeah. I think I'm gonna try starting some, like not starting, but joining some student clubs next semester.
A normal question we do here, and everyone, is like, did you really like your career? Did you enjoy it?
So far, I think there's parts that I really liked. There was one subject that was a lot of fun to me, but the pressure is a lot for me in the moment. So I'm gonna see how this semester goes for me to decide if I want to stay in this career or not. But I think, I don't know. I mean, for me, I would really like to work for a company in the future that I can also ethically get along with. So, I don't know. I feel like my career is pushing me into a future of working for really big consumption companies and stuff like this. And I'm not sure if I want to go there. You know, I would like to, as cliche as that sounds, I would like to make the world a better place.
Yeah, no.
You know?
I feel like that is a place for engineers a lot, because obviously the companies that hire engineers are like, you know, to make like a missile, right? Like make missiles so we can kill people in the third world or something like that. Yeah, like that's and I feel like most engineers don't care, and most engineers just want the money and don't care if they have to do like something unethical for it. But yeah, like I feel like everybody goes through that a little bit.
Yeah.
Or at least anyone with a conscience. And it's very difficult to try to balance the two things, like try to be realistic with your prospects and money and stuff.
Yeah, wherever the money is, there's also a lot of guilt.
Yes.
Yes.
But it's nice that you have that point of view, because especially in engineering, everything is really focused on profit and not really giving them about people's interests or needs. So it's really good that you think about it that way.
Yeah, and even though that kind of pushes me out because everyone around me is not thinking about it so much, for me, the thought pushes me a little bit more forward to think that exactly because of that, exactly because I'm like a minority with the people that I'm with the people that I'm studying with, that is exactly the reason why I should keep going, because there should be more people in higher positions that care about other things than just the profit, even though that might not get me a good position.
And if you were to decide to change your degree, have you had anything in mind already? Like what would you change to?
No. Well, oh my god, I had a dream of studying international relations in my home city for like 4 years or so. But like the first time I applied, I got rejected. And again, the year after that, I applied again. I got into the second round. Then they interviewed me, and honestly, the interview was bad, really, really bad. So I didn't make it there. So I don't know, maybe I could try that again. But I don't know. I don't know if that's still something that I want after seeing all of like everything that my now university has to offer. Because I feel like being in this university in the TUM is opening up a lot of things. And I think I would like to stay and take advantage of that.
Yes.
Yeah, you should.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
So to wrap it all up, would you like to give us a summary of how has your experience been here in Mexico, and how have you felt so far here? Could you tell us a little bit What do you think? So,
Well, I think it's really difficult to wrap up a year in like a few sentences. There's so many different things to like take into consideration there, but I will always want to come back to Mexico. Not necessarily because of Toluca, because Toluca is lovely, don't know, but
I agree.
I agree.
It's true. It's a fact.
but because of the people here. I love my friends here, and I love my family here, and I love my boyfriend. So I think I'm always gonna want to come back. Also, the nature is really nice.
have you ever considered living here in Mexico?
Yes, of course I have considered it. And I'm still considering it, but at this moment, because I'm just in the beginning of my career, I'm not really thinking that far ahead at the moment. I am definitely open to coming back and living here in Mexico, but then I would really like to work for a German company under German working conditions, because the way I see people working here is like they don't do anything else. The Mexicans are very like trabajadores,
Yes.
but like to the bone,
Yeah.
because there's no good working and protection
Yes.
laws.
There's no ethical work conditions here.
Yes, and I don't want that. I think that's the biggest thing that would hold me back from coming and living here, is just that I would have to work like, I don't know, 60 hours a week, I feel like, for not so much payment probably. But I love the country.
Okay.
Should we end it?
Yes, I guess.
So, thank you for being here with us. It was really nice to talk to you. Yeah.
I also enjoyed it. Thank you guys for having me.
I was a little bit nervous.
Don't worry. You
It's our
nailed
first
it.
time.
And we hope that if you are coming back to Mexico, talk again with us.
Oh yeah.
Call us.
I'll see you in half a year.
Yes.
After my second semester, new update.
Yeah. The new career.
Yeah.
No.
Guess what?
I changed the career.
I didn't think.
Okay.
We'll never.
But yeah, thank you so much. I'll see you guys then the next time maybe, but
Yes.
you know.
Yeah, thank you.
Bye.